Well, we have to start with the raw materials to make a timp or a timpano. And as you can see today, we have the raw material starts as a square sheet of copper. We're using the copper here today. We're making a copper bowl. And we have jigs to keep this in place and so forth to kind of make sure we have the right size bowl, obviously when cutting, make sure it's consistent. That's going to be the hole in the bottom of the timpano or the timp. Yep. And then as well, that's going to start rotating this square piece of material. And as you can see over here on the right, that's actually the cutter. So again, keeping the cutter stationary gives us a real consistent, first form of the bowl. This is going to be the first circle that we start with to form that kettle. So.
Cool.
Okay, well in here we have our initial polishing and buffing. So basically after we get the drum from forming, we're going to just kind of clean it up. Okay?
So it's really cool, once again,
this is the first step to cleaning up the inside of the bowl. And then what we're going to do from this process is we're going to move over to sanding the outside of the bowl and then buffing the outside of the bowl so it has that nice shine on the outside.
So this is stage one of a three-stage process.
That's correct. We have 3 steps in this, in the kind of the finishing process, and then from here we're going to go clean it up after that as well. Well, over here, Brett, we have the hand hammering of the hand-hammered series of timpani.
Yeah, this is pretty incredible. I have 2 emotions. One is stop damaging the beautiful shell. The other one is I can't imagine physically what that must do to your body. But obviously this is another handcraft product.
Yeah. Okay, Brett, over here we have degreasing. Just kind of like a hot bath basically for the bowl. Kind of clean everything off before we take it to lacquer.
Yeah, I would assume it needs to really be clean to make sure that lacquer adheres and stays to the finish.
Absolutely. It's a 4-bath process. The first 2 or 3 minutes and the last 2 or 10 seconds. Basically just a quick kind of wash, of the bowl so we can get it ready.
Well,
all right, just a short walk over from degreasing, we have lacquering. Unfortunately, we can't go in there because we want to keep that room clean. But check out the skill level of what's going on in here.
Yeah, that's amazing. What a beautiful color.
All right, so now we just have a few seconds before we're going to go into baking. And now from the lacquering or the painting process of the aluminum bowl, we come over here to this giant oven. And basically this is for the kettles or the timpani bowls. This is where we bake them.
Yeah, you can really feel that heat coming out of there.
Yeah, this gets up to 150 degrees centigrade or about 300 degrees Fahrenheit. And let's shut the doors and let it run, huh?
Okay.
You can see, Brett, we're putting the final assembly on the frame. And an important element to the sound of a timp or a timpano is the frame. Kind of keeps in that final tone or the sustain of that tone true through the entire sustain of the head. Well, Brett, here we are. It's final assembly. It's starting to come together and look like a timp.
Yeah, it's getting exciting. Just watching them drop the bowl in the suspension ring there. It's like there's a beautiful instrument ready to go.
Yeah, again, we have a nice suspension ring here that lets the bowl vibrate freely, but again, keeps that pitch steady. And as well, we have Teflon tape on the top of the bearing edge here.
Yeah, that's a huge addition, just making sure that smooth action's there and ready to go when it shows up to the band room.
Right, and unlike previous materials, waxes and so forth, it doesn't wear out over time, which is really nice. Quiet operation of the drum, that's what we're going for here. Once we have the head and the rim on here, we throw some tension rods in here, and then we go to final tuning, which is also final inspection of the drum.
Okay.
What we're going to do is we're going to actually tune the drum so that the pedal works correctly. Of course, if the timp is not in tune, the pedal can slip and so forth. So this is a very important operation.
And I understand this is a full day process, tuning multiple times to make sure by the time it goes out the door, it's really seated.
Yeah, the head has to be seated correctly, and so during the day they'll tune it once and then they'll come back and tune it again so that the head, once it's seated, the pedal will stay in place, and when it comes to our band director in that band room, a nice shiny set of timps, they're all ready to go out of the box.